My mother spent the Thanksgiving by criticizing my fiance and saying she wouldn't be a good wife and mother because she can't cook, so we left my family without a turkey. A few weeks ago, I got engaged to my fiancée Julia. I love her very much and 100% sure she's the one I want to marry. I've always been close to my mom, but sadly, Julia has never been her cup of tea. Julia is very career-oriented, and cannot cook or decorate to save her life. My mom, on the other hand, prides herself on being a great cook and having the house perfect. In the past, she's expressed concern that Julia and I are too different and she won't be a dedicated wife and mother. I've always thought these criticisms were unfair and continued to pursue the relationship. We went to my family's house for Thanksgiving this year and usually, my mom prepares everything herself. Strangely, when Julia called and asked if we could bring anything, she asked if Julia could do the turkey. As I mentioned, Julia has very little cooking experience, and told my mom she was worried about ruining the meal. My mom told her she should just try and that she'd have to learn to cook at some point. Julia was stressed about making the turkey and also has been extraordinarily busy with work. Instead of cooking, we decided to pick up turkey from Whole Foods. Julia was excited that she could contribute and also didn't have the stress of ruining the meal. When we got to the house, my mom asked how she prepared the turkey. Julia said sheepishly that she'd purchased it from Whole Foods. My mom was furious. She said she trusted Julia to make the turkey and said that she prides herself on serving a home-cooked meal to her guests. Julia apologized and said she just wanted to make sure the family had something enjoyable and that the turkey we bought would be better than anything she tried cooking. My mom spent the next hour pouring and whispering to her sisters. I pulled her to the side and asked if everything was okay. My mom said she asked Julia to make the turkey and she couldn't even be bothered to try. She said this showed a lack of respect and also an unwillingness to grow up. My mom proceeded to tell me that she doesn't think Julia is the one for me and is worried about her ability to care for herself and our children. I was fuming. I told my mom that Julia is amazing, and her lack of cooking skills is not an issue for me in the slightest. I said that if my mom couldn't respect my fiancé, I didn't want to spend the holiday with them. My mom said my fiancé is the one who doesn't know how to respect others and I'm delusional if I can't see that. I ended up taking the turkey and telling Julia we were leaving. We drove across town and enjoyed a wonderful night with her family. Julia and I are both devastated, but I've assured her that this is my mom's issue and not hers. About half an hour ago, I got a call from my sister. She said we ruined Thanksgiving by leaving and also taking the turkey. I said I didn't realize they'd want the turkey since my mom was so critical. My sister insisted it was a misunderstanding and that cooking means a lot to our mom because it's how she expresses love. She interpreted the lack of effort as Julia not making an effort to bond and assimilate with the family. My sister is asking me to apologize, but I feel we're the ones who are owed an apology. I'll also note that my mom has never once asked me to make the turkey and it seems like a double standard that she suddenly expects Julia to do it. It also seems like she's trying to turn my wife into someone she's not. Am I the a-hole?